Hi everyone, Becky here. Thank you for joining me in this video. I'd like to thank FSC Nationwide Limited for kindly sponsoring this video. FSC Nationwide Limited is an online company that have set up multiple first aid courses for anybody to try or learn. This could be if you wanted to learn new first aid skills that are completely essential, or it could be just refreshing your skills. I recently did one of their online first aid courses, which I found very beneficial, covering multiple essential skills you need for an emergency, especially when you're outdoors and you need to be more self-reliant. Obviously when you're outside it's not as accessible to get to a hospital or an A&E or get help. Especially for here, for instance, you don't have loads of signal, so if I did get into some trouble, then it would be hard to call out and get help. I'd have to kind of slow down and think through the situation on my own and try and figure it out. So that's why I feel it was really good for me to do this online course. It taught me a lot of skills, but it also refreshed me on skills that I'd learned before and I've just lost. I did a first aid course about 2 years ago with the Girl Guides because I was helping out with girl guiding and volunteering with them, and I went on a first aid course, and yeah, that was a 2-day course and we went through loads of it, but I think over 2 years I've kind of lost that, and being able to do this online course with FSC Nationwide has helped me refresh some of them skills that I've lost. If you're interested in doing this, use the discount code that I'll put here, and you can go over to the website. You can pick a specific course that you want to do. Maybe there's something that you'd like to learn or refresh yourself on, and you can find it over there. So once you've completed this course, it's really worth it, because obviously first aid will help you out in a scenario, but also you can be responsible for other people. So you gain a lot of skills from this, essential skills, and you also gain a certificate like the one here. So the website offers multiple courses to help or improve your first aid skills. So I do think this has given me the confidence to go on and do a mountain first aid course, because I've learnt some new skills from that and I can apply it to a course in person. But this is amazing because if you don't have access to go and travel to places, or you prefer just being on your own and listening to something, then it's ideal. So all you've got to do is have Wi-Fi and a login. You log into this and you've got all the options of the courses that you want to do, and you can do it over a set time. You could do it over a day, or you could leave it for ages and keep coming back to it, and that's where it's quite ideal. So I'll leave the discount code and the link to the website in the description, and if you're interested you can go over there. This is also linked with today's video, which is actually about water filters and water purifying, and the reason why I wanted to cover that is because it's linked in with dehydration, which is something that is kind of taken for granted, the access to water that we have, especially when you're in society and you can just turn on a tap and you've got water right there. But when you're outside it's completely different. Whether you're taking in your own water or you're trying to find it en route, it's a great thing to think about, and to be prepared by carrying the right equipment to purify water is a great thing. So I'm just going to cover some of the ways of purifying your water. There's a few different methods that you can use and things that you can take with you to make life so much easier. So I hope you enjoy this video. As you can see, I am back at the Bell tent again. So I'm going to spend a lot of my winter here because I feel it's just a nice place to be. It's really good and a positive environment. So that's why I want to spend a lot of my winter here, learning new skills, and it's made it so much easier having this wood burner. I cannot tell you enough how beneficial it's been for keeping warm, drying things out, cooking and making hot drinks. It's just so ideal, especially for this time of year. and when you're doing long term. Obviously when you're staying longer, you've got to think about different things to when you're just camping out for a weekend. So this has been fantastic, and this is the Winterwell Woodlander stove. Right, so I'm going to cover the different ways of purifying water to make it safe to drink. So the first one is boiling water. So at the moment I am what you call boiling water. That's when you want a rolling boil and you've got massive bubbles and that's running for quite a while. This is probably the most effective way of purifying water. I think it kills 99.9% of bacteria. You need to apply a proper rolling boil to your water. You may need to filter through the water before boiling or afterwards to remove sediment and small particles. This can be done with either a cloth or a shamag. However, the downfall of boiling water is you have to light a fire. So this could be in really bad conditions where there isn't much wood and you're relying on purifying your water through boiling, or you have to dig into your gas reserves. So there's so many positives and there's a few negatives. I think boiling is ideal for a base camp scenario, or if you're in a place where there's loads of wood and it's dry and you don't need to faff around splitting it. So this is one way of going ahead with purifying your water, but it is really effective. You also need to be carrying a pot that can be suitable for using on a fire and be applied with a lot of heat. Obviously you need a lot of heat to boil water, and this can be a long job if you're boiling massive amounts of it. So it's a lot of forward planning and prep. Next one is Puree Tabs. So purification tabs are a quick and easy way of getting clean water. It reduces time and effort, but you need exact water content and have to wait for a period of time with some of them. I don't really stick to Puree Tabs. I've never been a huge fan, but it is a way to go and it makes things really quick and easy. It makes life simple by just filling up your water and chucking a tablet in. The next method of purifying water is using a water filter. So there's so many of these on the market. Obviously the more you spend, the more proficient your filter is going to be. If you buy cheap, you buy twice. So I think it's better to probably spend a bit more money, because it is your health at the end of the day. It is something that's really crucial to have clean water to drink. So the different filters include soya squeeze, which is what I use. I took a soya squeeze to Scotland with me when I did my hike and my month there, and that performed really well. The only thing that I have done is upgraded the bag that it comes with. So I've got the soya squeeze mini, but I have upgraded to a Chinook bag, which is a bit bigger than the original soya squeeze and way more robust. It's quite a good price, a soya squeeze mini filter, and you can see them, they sell on Amazon and all sorts. They're quite easy to get hold of. You can also look into gravity fed filters, which is where you hang your container or your bag full of water in a tree, or hang it from something which is higher than your bottle. So this requires no effort really. You don't need to pump the water or boil it or anything like that. Next thing is filtering water. So it's a good idea to carry a small cloth or a shamag with you. So these cloths or shamags are ideal because they can do so many different things and jobs. They're really diverse. But mainly on this topic, you put it over your container and then you pour the water through it, and it should get rid of any sediment or little particles that are in your water. So on average, a human roughly needs 3 to 4 litres a day. This varies due to weather, physical activity and exposure to the heat. I think a top tip is to remember to always carry enough water, or plan a camp spot that has a big enough supply of water for drinking, cooking and washing. Dehydration can kill and it can ruin a camp out. So even if you're a little bit dehydrated, it can cause you to slip up and make problems and get yourself into a bad situation. So always plan in advance, taking enough water with you, or planning your route so there's plenty of water on the way and you're just sorted, that you've got plenty of water, more than you need, so you can do the extra tasks of washing your camp kit, washing your cooking kit, your hygiene, and you may need extra for cooking. So moving on, the most common signs to indicate that you are dehydrated would include the colour of your urine. So if you've got really dark yellow pee, then it shows that you're dehydrated, so you can monitor it through that. Headaches, diarrhea, nausea, dry lips or mouth, sweating will eventually stop. So they are the main key symptoms that you are dehydrated. You obviously will feel really lethargic and get headaches and drained and feel really fatigued. So yeah, you just got to look out for them signs. Prior to getting to that, you should know how much you're required to drink a day. So it's roughly like 3 to 4 litres a day for somebody. It can vary with the heat, or if you're doing a lot of exercise, that can vary. So if you know you're going on a long hike, carrying a big backpack, and it's really hot temperatures, then you should know that you should be drinking more. So treating dehydration, if you are dehydrated and you need to solve it, which you definitely need to, best thing is to drink liquids, as simple as that. And I think the best thing is to sip water or any real liquids slowly, because it can lead to vomiting, and you just want to introduce the liquids slowly back into your system, depending on how dehydrated you actually are. Another great thing is to carry in your kit if you are going on a hike or you're outside, or if it's especially hot. You should always carry the little sport hydration tablets, as you can quickly chuck that in your drink and it's got like glucose and all the nice stuff to help replenish you if you are dehydrated. Right, so that's just covering dehydration. That's obviously a great first aid topic, as well as like hypothermia and sunstroke and things like that. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was beneficial, and if you were looking at ways of purifying your water, or a filter you were looking at purchasing, I hope this has helped. If you are interested in the course, then I will leave the links in the description, and you can go over there and use the discount code by typing in Girl Outdoors. So I will leave the link to that and the discount code that you can use. So I hope you enjoy and you gain a lot out of them courses, as I have. Thank you so much for watching this video. I also want to say I really appreciate everyone's comments and emails and messages they leave me on all the social media platforms and on YouTube, or the comments you leave. I really appreciate it all, and I try and respond to all of them. I do read them all, and they're lovely, but I try to respond to them all. Obviously it's quite harder the more I'm growing on my channel and trying to get out and edit and reply to comments. It sometimes gets difficult to reply to every single one of them, but I really appreciate them. They're so kind, they're really nice, and it's great to hear about what you're getting up to as well. And I love the feedback, just hearing what videos you'd like me to make in the future and things that you want me to cover. I want to thank all my Patreons for always supporting and being there for me. You've been brilliant, and I really appreciate it, because if it weren't for you, it wouldn't be possible to do this. I also want to say a huge thank you to all the companies who have supported me and sent me lovely products and clothing and gear to try out. It's just, that's obviously a massive opportunity for me to get out more, having nice equipment. It just makes it more convenient and easier, and you can get out when the weather conditions are even worse. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please feel free to subscribe. I really want to hit the 100k mark. I'm so close now, so that would be amazing for the new year. I hope you all have an absolutely lovely Christmas and a wonderful 2021. Hopefully it might change in the new year and things might start going back to normal and travel restrictions might ease, but I guess we've just got to ride it out and see what happens. But thank you for watching this video and take care.